currently float on. Just moving again, putting a bit of welly on the tug. Sacrificial wood. Here we go. She's off. So yeah, there's water in the back. It's Friday lunchtime, heading down Port Road, and for once we're not going to be turning left up here into Fraser Street and then into Northsand, but we're going straight ahead. So back when we first moved up, this was all log storage for Port Whangārei, which was spread up and down this long bit here. In fact, the hot rod club used to have drag races down here. These days you destroy yourself in the car because it's pretty bumpy, being all reclaimed. Straight ahead here, these big buildings used to be Tenex that made modules for the Anzac frigates, and now is Port Whangārei Marine Centre, or shipyard, and probably the biggest of the yards. And I think I see their big straddle lift, looks like it's in action. So if we turn around here, we can see it there. So we'll go have a look. Oh, well, it's pretty big, Matthew reckons, the one where he is. And Palma Mallorca is bigger, I'm sure he's probably right, but she's a pretty big straddle lift. Right, so we're heading down here because this is where CATMANTOO should have ended up, at Harbourside Boat Works, which is straight ahead is the office, and then on the left is where they actually are. Oh, well, I've picked up some keys. They're very nice people to deal with, and I'll be back tomorrow, assuming the weather's a bit better, to get the rest of the stuff off. And she's apparently right down the end somewhere. Yes, second from the end, right behind the post. Oh, well, the Fergy buoy was found down on the Rahi. Someone who rang the harbour master. It's got its mooring number on it, so he knew where it was from, rang me, and Stuart went and picked it up yesterday. Oh, it's turned into a very nice evening. Rain stopped, skies are cleared. Admiral and I are off for dinner because it's our 39th wedding anniversary today. Well, hopefully it's a nice day tomorrow so we can go and get the rest of the stuff off CATMANTOO. You can see the mooring buoy's a bit chewed up from bouncing along the rocks to get all the way down to Whangārei, but still looks intact. would look better with a boat about there. It's Saturday morning, beautiful day. There I have created some garden art. That's the Fergy boy. So off to Harbourside Boat Works.
Reef breaks in the fighting to enable aid to get to where it's needed in the Gaza Strip, and perhaps to allow for the further release of hostages.
A magnitude 6.4 earthquake about 500 kilometres west of the capital, Kathmandu. A local police official says houses have collapsed in the region and the streets are full of terrified residents.
The police maritime unit is also searching surrounding islands. Police are appealing for anyone with information to get in contact.
To sport now, the race for the Cricket World Cup semi.
Well, we'll go have a look. Oh look, they've got a blue catamaran cradle down there. A bit like Norsands, I suppose. And here she is. Oh, she's been leaning against some tyres. So this is the starboard side. KiwiProp sail drive looks alright. Rudder. Things are a bit loose in there. But it's not turning on its shaft. Keel looks like it stood up well. So it's got sacrificial worm shoes on the bottom to protect the glass in the main keel structure, so that's all good. Right, well, this is the port side, the obvious problem. So keel's gone, obviously. Good chew into the ply. There's major damage in here, and here's the hole. So they put foam in there. Very good idea. I can't say I would have thought of that, but yeah, it's definitely been chewed away. I think glass would have just been cheese grated even more. So yeah, so quite a big length there. Some more here. So sail drive's been pushed up. There's the foam they put in. KiwiProp. So you can buy new blades for them. And here's the rudder, of course. So bent over at about 70 degrees. We actually rebuilt this one last year, so definitely needs a new shaft. Probably new bearings. The rudder can be rebuilt. So the inner part of the hull is in much better shape. And definitely some major damage though along the centre line. Now we're back onto the starboard hull. Here's the only little bit of damage. So yeah, it'd be nicer if she come down not on a rock ledge, eh? Well, I asked them to give me some steps to get up, but that didn't happen. But I suppose I should be able to clamber up onto the truck and then onto the boat. Oh, this is the start of the engine bay. Apparently water got up to the sump that it is splashed in from all those breaking on the back of the boat. The steering tie has got a big bend in it. Oh, so apart from the rudder tie bar, things seem alright on this side. Let's close her up. Other side will be different. So apparently this engine went right under. So we can see the sail drive has been pushed up and separated off the hull. There's the foam they put in. And there's the mixing container for the pourable foam. That's the external regulator for the alternator, so it's had it. And we can see that the alternator is already severely corroded. Right, well there's a toolbox and a bar filter and a few other small things. Our battery's been disconnected, and so has the tie bar for the rudder. It looks better with the hatch closed. Yeah, two main things is the bar filter, which has progressively smaller mesh filters for suspect diesel, and my other toolbox. Okay, fishing gear, which came out of those wee small lockers here, which have got drawers in them. And they're on both sides. And there's the other one over there. Oh, they've taken that AGM engine start battery out, probably to charge it, hopefully. Other one's still in place. Of course, everything was out of the water on this side. Well, let's steel ourselves for the inside. So, got water tanks. That's the stringer that held the water tanks down. There's the battery. I presume they're running a pump off it if it's there. There's the other water tank and the floorboards under the table. Lithium iron phosphate house bank still well charged under the settee and should have had no problems whatsoever. So it's been a damn good system. Just checking to make sure all the stuff came out of here. Pretty sure it did. Aaron was very good. I found something. Down here's the manual bilge pump, which obviously stays with the boat. Right, here's my barometer. It was given to me when I left the eye department. Hang on, it's got an inscription on it. We still have a barometer on board. Oh, here's the blade off the KiwiProp. So it breaks, but the hub's fine. New blades are available. The most important thing to say was our mascot. So he's been with us in every boat. And we've got the other two. Yeah, it's a self-portrait. I'm tidied up here. I've just been putting off this next bit. I suppose we better go down here and have a look. So here we go. They've put foam and then ply. Actually no, it looks like they put ply down, then the foam, then screwed the top down in the centre. Very good. Much better thinking than anything I would have come up with. Well, at least one mystery solved. So there used to be rod holders up here. It's these. I hadn't put them up because I knew I had some new ones. And behold, I found them. A bit late, but I'm sure they can be used in the future. And we'll take away the extras and the perishables from here. Most of the galley stuff will stay part of the boat. I'm working my way forward. I think I've got 5 bags out of here, and these ones are well past the use by, so we'll chuck them out. We've got some bedding up here, take home and wash, and there's whatever is usefully salvaged out of the cubic metre of booze. Vacuum cleaner got wet, so it's certainly not useful anymore. Right, beer and bottles to the front, spirits and wine over there, and with all the bashing around the boat did, all the remaining cans pretty much broke. Lots of throwing out going on, so all the first aid kits are wet. Everything in there was wet. So gradually working our way through the boat. Right, pile of stuff there, piles of stuff here. And here comes mate Stuart to help. This is the rudder tube for the rudder stock on the port side, and it actually doesn't look like it's come adrift in a major way. It's difficult getting the rudder out. We have to cut it at the top through the deck, but we did that last year. To basically cut this bit out. I'm getting rid of the salt water that's got in the galley drawers and cupboards. Amazing how quickly things rust. I've got Stuart bailing out the water up here. I'm dealing with the drawers full of water. So those are done. The bottom one, the carcass is swollen too much to put the drawer back in, so we'll let things air. Matthew's cabin. I found salty old sea dog's cat. A lot of wet stuff, so water level rose. Old mate Stuart needs to go, so let's walk towards the gate to let him out. Looks like their trailer is just to let it settle on it rather than hydraulics. Got a winch, of course. This is a 38, so it's similar to what we've been looking at online. Well, this guitar, fortunately, is a cheap one. Salt water and batteries don't go well together. Oh, still going at it. Better empty the fridge, I suppose. I imagine it's stuff, but no harm in leaving it clean. Oh, a bit of a wipe down in the port forward cabin. Stuart kindly cleaned out down in there. Got most of the water out from in here. Oh, I've done my dash. I'm sorry girl, we don't quite know what's going to happen. I'm sure somebody will rebuild you. Right, cabs full of dry stuff, beds full of stuff. Let's see if the tip's still open.
Or go down and do science and you know, I really think this would be the better way of going about it.
Obviously didn't go around the roundabout.
Sort of laughed and said,
I got to the tip as it was closing, so managed to get rid of probably most of it. Might have missed one or two. Have to unload the stuff to be washed, the stuff to be stored, the food, and all the stuff into the kitchen and into the garage. It's Sunday, a bit of fog on the far side of the harbour. The cabbage tree near us is flowering. The putukawa in the centre of the picture looks like it's going to put on a fantastic display shortly. Oh, the long job of a tidy up can commence. Well, it's a nice day. We'll wash and dry these sails. Not quite sure whether pink that's on the code 0. Blue one's the Jenica. I've just scrubbed the dirty bits of the deck. I've tied the code 0 to the flagpole, and now we need to unfurl it. I remember the days when sails were a lot smaller than this. So the dirty bits here, and we'll give it a bit of a clean. Oh, these are rust spots. Might not be pretty, but won't cause any harm, and I don't want to put anything on the sail that could damage it. I know I've got some oxalic acid in here somewhere because it is apparently stuff to use, but where exactly it is amongst 3 truckloads of stuff from the boat, I just don't know at the moment. Oh, the rust stains can wait. Main thing is to dry the sail, which actually was pretty damn good, despite the fact it was out in the rain for a couple of days. So we'll furl her back up, take her off the endless line furler, which needs a service. Oh, there's a cat going past. There's a lot of hull motoring in behind. Might as well give this a dry so it deploys with bag in situ. Goes through here. Go on its bridle. So it's just a wee bit damp. Won't do it any harm to dry it. Right, oh well. This nice warm day with a wee bit of a breeze, it will dry quickly. I've got a new hairdo. It may not be perfectly clean, but it's dry. Okay, next the Jenica. Oh, there's the Jenica. This one we had on Travelling Light. It was a bit big for Travelling Light, a little bit small for CATMANTOO, but it still worked. And it's on a endless furler as well with the torque rope. And it has an independent bottom swivel. So rather than using a sock. Oh, here's the Jenica furler with its swivelling tack. So it's a top-down furler. Code 0 furler just wraps it round. It doesn't have a big bag in it, but it obviously didn't like being put away wet because there's a bit of corrosion here. So a good wash, I think, and then a service. I know from pulling this apart in the past, there's an old video somewhere. It's got stainless steel bearings. Couldn't get entirely apart, but managed to free it up. So I'm sure a bit of a light oil or CRC will work wonders. This one only has one bearing in it, and it's fine. It's just a little bit of corrosion on the bottom, but not affecting its serviceability. And here's one of my splices. Constant diameter endless line. Hard to do, but successful. And there's the other one. There's the middle of the splice, and there's the other end. Sasha's busy helping. She's been retired as ship's dog. She's getting too old to manage, but still enjoys life. So things got wet getting off the boat in the pouring rain, so that's the drogue or parachute nearest to us, and then further away there's a spinnaker. I think we've only flown it once, it's too small, but we've got it. Jenica, of course, so there's an old main and an old jib, which the jib is a laminated one, and it had mildew when we got it, and it's certainly got more mildew now. The main was very old, so not near as important, but it is a nice day for it. Go on the deck, bit of a scrub. Hopefully at some stage, not too far down the track, I can put another coat of stain on. All dry. I don't know where the sail bag is, but hopefully it'll fit in this one. Oh, it fits. Always important to have the corners available. So that's the tack, that's the clue, this is the head attached to the swivel and torque rope. We'll see how we deal with that. Oh, I managed to coil it all inside. There we go, it all fits in a laundry bag. Here's the powered winch handle I made using a low revving Hog right angle drill, so just got the battery on charge. Oh, it feels as though it's going to rain. Looks alright that way, but it's greyer behind us, and the forecast is for showers. The rest of the sails are dried. This is much thicker, so I think we'll just drape it over a chair inside.